you're working in music, you don't get a chance to really go out and listen to music. So I didn't really have the chance to, go out for a really good show or like go hit a really good gig. There were like I wanted to go for Primavera and stuff, but one part of it was that it was too expensive.
Okay.
Second part is that like it just didn't match my like schedule.
What is Primavera?
It's like this. It's like a big festival over there.
Okay, it's like
And at 7 over there.
it's like the Tomorrowland level or
bigger, right?
Bigger than
Yeah,
Tomorrowland.
because Kendrick performed, Depeche Mode performed, like it was huge.
Oh.
Big lineup, lot of artists.
And who do you think is like the top guy in the rap sphere now? Is it Kendrick?
It's definitely one of them, but there's so many good artists, Kendrick is someone that everyone looks up to in terms of the penmanship. But yeah, there's just so many artists in that space.
Who do you think are the upcoming ones?
Upcoming artists. Oh. So I can tell you what I've been listening to. I can't really say who are upcoming.
Yeah,
There must be
that's
there's
true.
so many that I'll miss out actually.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to a lot of like West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, a lot of Kendrick. I like how the Mr. Morale album was really introspective. Like after going through the whole leg, again for him, I felt like it was like he went through the whole leg of, becoming this huge success. And then at the end of like the album after Damn that he put out, he's just talking about his life, his family, and like, what he's been going through as a real person.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's again, I feel like a full circle thing for him. Like, okay, I've done all of that now. What really matters to me is my home. Yeah.
I think end of the day, that's what matters to a lot of people,
Exactly.
right? It's just the safety and the comfort of home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about Kendrick? What's his story been like? I think he was in Boston and then he moved. Did you follow his childhood?
No,
Okay.
not really. I just know for a fact that he's been born and raised in Compton. He was placed at the right place at the right time. Dr. Dre produced his first album. So he's always been in the music industry and he knew that that's what he wants to do. So he made sure that that's what he does.
Yeah. And he's made a huge success of himself.
Not just success, he's made a huge impact.
Yeah.
Like, inspired artists to stop talking about, just the same thing about bitches, hoes, and drugs and take away from that to talk about real things is where, again, I saw like a lot of Kendrick clones coming up, which was honestly better than seeing a lot of crappy clones coming up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, at least if they're Kendrick clones, the music is good, it's original, they're talking about real things, and I can listen to a bunch of Kendrick clones because it's all good music and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, like there were these Eminem clones and it was all mumble rap and that era was just bad
because
in terms of...
because Eminem was one of one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what Eminem did, everyone like can't do.
Yeah.
So, but if someone's striving for what Kendrick does, they'll still turn out to be a better act than someone that's trying to do what Eminem did.
Yeah.
Eminem was brutal. Like, but Eminem's again top 5.
Did you listen to Eminem's recent one with Easy Mill?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so in that he says that I'm not in the top 5 because I'm white. I'm not one because I'm white. Like they can't put me at that level because I'm white and everyone else
That's
is
pretty.
black.
That's that's profound. Actually, I totally understand that. A lot of artists, a lot of hip hop rap artists say this about Eminem, that he is number 1, and it's really hard for people to stomach.
Yeah, that's true. It's because it's so ingrained in the black culture, right? And for a white guy to be that, given how racially divided the United States is, especially, it is hard. But yeah, I think it's a good way
But, I
to...
mean, who didn't listen? I'm pretty sure you had an Eminem phase.
Yeah, of course. I still do.
Exactly.
Yeah, my Eminem phase is not going away.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like Eminem was so the first ever hip hop track that I even heard was an Eminem track. It was D12, My Band. My elder brother put me onto it. He's like, listen to this. And then, like, again, I feel like the brain chemistry, like, something changed in my brain. And I was like, I have to, like, okay, this is it. Like, it was in the 2nd grade I heard this track. And everything changed. And then I was like, okay, I really need to know what hip hop is. So then it went from learning about Eminem in the 2nd grade to going backwards to seeing, okay, NWA, going Rudy Ray Moore, all these acts that were hip hop legends, Big Daddy Kane, E40, it's just a huge list of...
It started with the East Coast, West Coast thing, right?
That was a huge part of it, yeah. But, so then it was like who these hip-hop artists were, and then learning what this music was backwards from Eminem.
Yeah.
And LL Cool J, and just, the people that built hip-hop to what it is, and then, okay, figuring out Eminem, and then aage kya hua.
Yeah.
And then seeing how it happened here also was a huge thing. People really took to hip hop. It was I think it's one of the largest cultural movements the world has seen in the recent past.
And it's only going to grow. What do you think is the hip hop scene in India?
I think people's first thing that people saw was that there's money in it. So then everyone hopped onto the train. But I feel like the ones that really understood what the culture is of hip hop, those are the people that really did well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's about studying how much research and how much you really understand it, how much you really feel it. Like the ones that want to make see, it's if you look at making money, if you want to make money in anything, you'll make money.
Yeah.
But if you want to have an everlasting impact, if what you're seeking is something different, then those things take time. It's like it's not linear. So I feel like that's one part of it.
And do people relate to hip hop here as much as they do in the US, or that's going to take some more time?
I feel like people relate to hip hop here because our struggle is really different, but we have our own struggles too, man. We deal with issues of religion. Next thing you know, you're in Europe, you're a person of color, and like you get like there's racism everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like I had a bunch of encounters with racism in Europe.
Oh, you did? What happened?
Like white people things doing weird things. You can just tell. Like white lady clutching her bag.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I got more money than you, bro. This is not okay. But it's just hate, and not understanding it. There's nothing that can be done. I feel like it's something that's probably taught in the house. Maybe.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
But I think through different cultures coming up with different things like music and movies and all that,
It'll
things
help
are changing.
for sure. It's like a slow thing.